So Blizzard just released their classic content plan, and I went through it, and the first thing that just pops to my mind is that they truly listen to what we want, and that makes me so happy. So they explain everything that we were worried about. For example, Dire Maul, they know exactly that there's some items that just makes progression a little bit easier. They're gonna release that later. They know that ZG is gonna help progressing in Blackwing Lair, so they're gonna release that later. Same goes with the Emerald Dragons. They pretty much know everything that we worry about. They're working towards a way to bring the content the way we want it, and it's pretty cool to see that they listen. Let's look at the phases. They're gonna start with phase 1, classic launch, and with launch we're gonna have Molten Core, Onyxia, and Maraudon, if that's how you pronounce it. So those are the 3 that we're gonna have when the game launches, and those are pretty much the ones that we actually had in release when the first raids came out. Then there's phase 2. In phase 2 we're gonna get Dire Maul, so it doesn't affect the progression in Molten Core or Onyxia. There's some items that really are like game changers basically. So phase 2 is Dire Maul, Azurregos, and Katzak. So the world bosses are coming with phase 2 at the same time as Dire Maul, so they're not gonna affect the progression once again for MC and Onyxia. And then phase 3, we're gonna have Blackwing Lair, Darkmoon Fair, Darkmoon deck drops begin. That's when they're gonna release Blackwing Lair, and as you can see, they haven't released Zul'Gurub yet. So they truly realize that Zul'Gurub have items and enchants that affect the progression in Blackwing Lair. So they're gonna release that and their Emerald Dragons, the Green Dragons, at a later stage. So that just, everything just shows me that they truly understand what we want. They've listened to the community and they're doing exactly what we want basically. There's no other way to say it. This is basically what we want. We don't know about PvP yet, but I'm starting to trust them, because what I'm seeing here is something that makes me pretty excited. So phase 4 after phase 3. Phase 3 was the Blackwing Lair. Phase 4 is going to be Zul'Gurub and the Great Dragons. Phase 5 is going to be, of course, AQ War Effort begins. AQ raids open when the War Effort dictates. So after the War Effort is done, which is dictated by the actual players, then Ankiraj, aka AQ, is going to be open. Phase 5 is also going to bring us the dungeon loot reconfiguration, which, if you remember, brought us tier 0.5 dungeon gear, some other gear, relics, and some drop rates changed. And then lastly we have phase 6 with Naxxramas and the Scourge Invasion. So those are all the phases, and those are pretty much everything we wanted basically. This is literally what we wanted. All of the progress of the raids is gonna be unaffected by items that came at later stage. So we're gonna get the authentic raiding experience with the gear that we are supposed to have when we're doing the raids that we are doing. Looking at these phases, I only have one question. Phase 6 is Naxxramas, Scourge Invasion. My question is just, what's gonna be phase 7?